Good morning, beloveds. I come in to do the live stream and I'm in the hallway and I don't see the cat. I don't see Foster. So I call him and he answers me and he's already in the room. He was just on the floor instead of on the couch. So I was like, oh, okay. We're ready to do our jobs, are we? So the temperature hit. The phrase is the temperature hit like the temperature dropped like it saw a state trooper. It was almost 80 degrees yesterday, and when we woke up this morning, it was 38 degrees. So yeah. Now that being said, I was watching the news, and I would ask you to thoughts, prayers, and as I like to call it, resource management for mostly Louisiana and Mississippi. Apparently the weather storm, which is freezing the rest of the country and has dropped our temperature significantly, spawned several really awful tornadoes. So yes, thoughts, prayers, and what I like to pray for is resource management. And what I mean by that is that the resources which we know are available are getting to where they need to go quickly and easily. So I'm a big believer in resource management. So, okay. It is December 15th. And as soon as I'm currently cleaning my reading glasses, as soon as I get my reading glasses on, we will, because the title's interesting. And I didn't get the title quite right. I'm going to have to fix that. December 15th, which is a Thursday this year, when you're in a hurry. The first quote is, "The Lord will give strength unto its people. The Lord will bless its people with peace." And that is Psalm 29:11. Sorry, baby. About knocked the cat off of his feet. The second quote is, "The mind must come to know and to realize all these truths if it is to have real and lasting peace." And that is The Science of Mind, page 264. What are you doing? You're not helping. Many ask the question, how can I take a break when I am in such a hurry? Which prompts me to wonder, when we are not in a hurry, labor-saving devices and advanced technologies allow us to do many more things in a 24-hour span than ever before, which tends to make us load our days with more to do than ever before. It seems that the more we can do, the more we will do. This is all well and good, but what about our very human need for peace and refreshment? How can we clear away a place within ourselves to touch the God presence? A good idea during the day is to periodically take several slow, deep breaths, followed by a simple, powerful affirmation such as, "I am peaceful and powerful. I am guided in all my actions. I am moving in harmony with life." The breathing tends to generate better physical circulation, and the affirmations open us up to become divine channels. These uplifting moments can help keep us aware of God's presence all day long, making us secure in divine action. God creates all that is, and I daily use the divine wisdom in all that I think, say, and do. I focus on God often, every day. Sometimes for lengthy periods, sometimes briefly, as I turn inwards and acknowledge my oneness with Spirit. I am aware of and refreshed by God's presence constantly. Therefore, I work in a creative manner all the time. I know when to stop for God's renewing energies, and I do this regularly. Well, MS, it's Margaret Stortz. She just hit the nail on the head there, didn't she? Especially, and it's especially good that this one's pointed in December, in the holiday season, because we tend to be busier and busier and busier during the holiday season because there's so much to do. And that's what I said to my partner last night. I commented about how bad I was at task switching. Um, I've watched documentaries, and there is really, okay, there's no such thing as multitasking. What we are doing is we are serial tasking, and we are rapidly switching from task to task to task. There's no such thing as actual multitasking. Um, and what I've noticed is that, because that's what I was trying to do last night. I was trying to do about 3 things at the same time. And I noticed that I would be working on one, that I would switch to the next one, and then I would switch to the third one, and then by the time I got to the first one, the computer had reset itself, and so then I had to scroll back through. And so I was doing a really bad job of, what did I call it? Serial tasking. And, which points out to me that I was too tired to be doing that. I probably should have let one of the things that I was doing go. Fortunately for me, nothing that I was doing last night was critical. It's just, little things that needed to be done. And so, but she also leans into, and so here I am, and I was using electronic devices to do it. So the more labor-saving devices we have, the more work we tend to do. How is that possible? Labor-saving devices are supposed to save labor, but what they do is they allow us to do more. And then we just, we never take the time out to rest. But then she also kind of leaned into the, what I like to call pray without ceasing. What sent me to, there were a number of things that sent me to ministerial school. And one of the things that sent me into ministerial school was that phrase, pray without ceasing. Because what I realized, and what Science of Mind kind of teaches, is that any thought can be creative, which means you can literally pray without ceasing if you have emotion behind every thought that you think. If you are wrapping those thoughts in feeling, then they are more likely to be creative. Therefore, you can be praying without ceasing, which means it is extremely important that you are aware of what you are thinking. And when we are in a hurry, we tend not to be aware of the thoughts that are going on in our head. We can become very unconscious. Rather than being consciously aware of what's going on around us and what have you, then we can become very unconscious. And we start doing things by rote. Like, we fall into that. And there's a difference between a groove and a rut. And consciousness is it. When we are in our groove, we are conscious of what's going on around us. We are conscious of what we are doing. When we are in a rut, well, it's because we are being unconscious. And so we tend to, we're going along the same old track, but we're no longer conscious of what we are doing. And so her advice of to take, and the great thing about being able to take a couple of deep breaths is you can do it anywhere. Nobody has to know what you're doing, because what you are doing is you are taking deep breaths and you are repeating these affirmations. Now, if you're in a situation where you can repeat the affirmations out loud, I thoroughly encourage that. There is a neurological link where you hear words out, the words that you speak, you hear outside, they hit the brain differently. But if you're not in a situation like that, but you need a minute, then you take those couple of deep breaths and you repeat those affirmations to yourself, and you wrap all of that feeling and emotion around them. I'm a big advocate of an anchor, which I'm not wearing my anchor right now. But I have a set of prayer beads that I keep on my wrist. And the point of those prayer beads is an anchor. They are, when I look at those prayer beads, that I am reminded of the God presence, which then will spark my consciousness. It's like, oh, wait. I'm a beloved child. I'm a beloved child of God.
Surprise.
Whatever is this going on here, one, I don't have to handle it by myself because I have the divine back of me. And two, again, I'm spirit in action. I am a divine godling, a divine spark is what I like to use. So whatever is going on, I got this. And if I don't got this, one, I got the divine. I am open to, as she says, we become divine channels. I'm open to the divine guidance. And two, I am surrounded by godlings that can help me. And it is but mine to ask. So, in the busyness of the season, let me remind you of what one of my teachers says. We are human beings, not human doings. That it is extremely important that we take time out to just be. Now, when we are in the midst of all of this, then absolutely we take those deep breaths. But as we take those deep breaths, that should remind us to make time to be. To make time where we are doing nothing. Okay? Make time to just be. The point of spiritual practice is to remind us who we are. All right? To remind us that we are connected to an infinite source, which absolutely anything and everything that we need is available to us through that source and by that source. But we are human beings. Now, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but both times in that word, I said being, not doing. To make time out to just be. If we are in a hurry, are we making time to just be? All right. So there was kind of a lot in that. And if I'm going to give you a mission, I'm going to give you a mission. I always give you a mission, which is just one more thing to do, right? Well, maybe that's what the mission should be, is to take some time out to just be. I recommend a spiritual practice, which is the next thing that I'm about to do. I recommend the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. And part of that absolutely looks like taking a deep breath. I love the idea of taking several deep breaths and adding that affirmation, reminding ourselves that we are beings. We are spiritual beings. We are godlings. We are beings. We are not doings. We can have all of the labor-saving devices that we want, but we still need to take time out to connect with the source of our own being. We still need to take time out to connect with spirit. So that's, yeah. If you're in a hurry, take the deep breath and connect with the source of your own being. Recognize that you are a divine channel, but everyone else around you is also a divine channel. And we can take Tracy's advice, Tracy Brown, and ask ourselves, what's mine to do? Reverend Marsha also says that. What's mine to do? Sometimes when we look at all of the work that is to be done, we need to ask ourselves that, especially in the holiday season. What is mine to do? What is mine to do? So I think I've been very messy here about the mission. What is the mission today? The mission today, should we choose to accept it? Take a deep breath, connect with the source of your own being, repeat that affirmation to yourself. She gave you 3 or 4 really good ones in here. I am guided in all my actions. I am peaceful and powerful. I am moving in harmony with life. The mission today. That's your mission. Okay. And then, as I said, the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself is to it's absolutely about self-care. Absolutely about self-care. I'm going to preach self-care. It is what they taught us in ministerial school. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That is exactly what Margaret is talking about today. If you're in a hurry, you need to make sure you take time out for yourself. Loving, kind, compassion. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. But no, it's a both and. It's also about joy. It's also about joy. And when you make time for yourself and you make time to connect with the source of your own being, it opens you up to joy. It opens you up to recognizing joy. One of my favorite qualities of God is joy. It absolutely is joy. And self-care is a large part of finding joy. So practice on yourself. You are your own best test subject. Practice on yourself because you deserve that. Practice on yourself because we are always in a hurry. And it is up to us to make sure that we take time for ourselves. And I feel like there's something else. And whatever it is gone. So here we are. Let me remind you who you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. All right? You are a divine channel. Connect with the source of your own being. Take that deep breath and know who you are, especially in the midst of the busy season. So, I'm just messy today, and that's good. Here's where I'm going to remind you the other things. To do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important, especially if you're cereal tasking. Get that early in your day bright light. Yes, it was cold out there, but it was very nice to also see the sun. I wore my sunglasses for the first time in about 4 days because it was bright out there and it was nice. It resets those circadian rhythms. It will help improve your energy during the day, and it'll help you sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. And then in the words of Ernest Holmes, all right, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, do you live in heaven now? Now, I say that. What Margaret Stortz is telling you is when you take that deep breath, that is what you are doing. You are opening your soul. When you repeat those affirmations, you are opening your soul. You are reminding yourself that you are a divine channel. And the cool thing about being a divine channel is it doesn't require any extra work on our part. What it requires is recognition. That's it. That's it. I'm not asking you to do anything more than you're already doing to be that divine channel. All I'm asking you to do is to recognize who and what you are. Beloved child of God, divine spark, divine channel. So, choose your affirmations or choose the sunlight like the cat is doing. I love this. Which is immediately distracting. But I talk about when in that quote, open the windows of your soul, because creating heaven is a matter of consciousness. It is something that we are born able to do. I will tell you, I think one of the best sounds in the entire world is a cat purr, but just above that is a baby laugh. We come in born. We're born into this material realm with the ability to create heaven. Let's remember that. All right. And we can always take him as advice. Look for the good and praise it. That gratitude, the power of gratitude is just amazing. Okay. So here's the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Soto, Creative Life Spark. On the social medias that we are on. I'm the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. We are, if you want to know what's going on at the center, because we do have a Christmas Eve service. There's a Yule Circle coming this Sunday. There's a Christmas Eve service next Saturday, and we will have a Christmas Day service. So all that going on. Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. The hot links are hot. It will either take you to the information you want or directly to the person to get you the information. So please avail yourselves of those resources. And then here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a fantastic day, a deep breath day, a divine channel day, a brilliant light day, a human being day, a consciousness day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. As I have said multiple times today, you are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are that divine channel. And as you recognize that and open to that, watch your life change. So, now I will remind you that Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow's my rest day, so that's excellent. I'm excited about that. It's the day I turn the alarm off. And then, yeah. Then we move on into, oh, I can't believe how close Christmas is. Woo. All right. So know that you are loved. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.